Are you doing everything right where it comes to your pelvic floor, but you're just not healing like you should? If you're in the menopausal stage and beyond, and your pelvic floor is not cooperating with you, maybe you've had some pelvic pressure, discomfort, or bladder urgency or frequency, something embarrassing is going on with your pelvic floor muscles. You're trying all the things, the Kegels, the other exercises, all the works. Well, you are not broken. Today, I'm going to talk you through the 3 reasons why your pelvic floor is not healing the way that it should and not happening fast enough, especially if you're a woman over menopause. So my name is Dr. Dawn Andalone. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist, women's health fitness expert. And for so many women I've worked with over the years, this has been a common complaint, and there's 3 main reasons I see when women say they have been trying the right things and have been doing all the things they think are right, but they're still having the symptoms. So one of the biggest key factors is your pelvic floor muscles. They're just one part of your whole core system. And working them by just doing Kegel exercises and just tensing and tightening them may not be enough to actually solve your problem. So if you're having new bladder leakage, incontinence, bowel or bladder discomfort, new changes, trouble with sexual function, or you are having more pressure, heaviness down there, even back pain, these are all parts of what happens with your pelvic floor that can lead to those problems later on. So number 1, we all know that your hormones change when you go through menopause. That estrogen level drops, and if you think about it, that is a reproductive hormone. I see a lot of women that complain of vaginal dryness or just irritation that they didn't have before, even a problem with being able to contract their muscles down there and feel like they have enough support. And so it starts creating these new symptoms that they're not used to having before. So one thing you can do, you can go see a doctor that does specialize in women's health and talk about hormone replacement. It's not going to be right for every woman, but it is an important conversation, because the women that I see, if they are doing the combination of a couple different things at the right time, including adding in estrogen cream, this can be a huge benefit, because it's going to allow that tissue to be supported, help the muscle tension and tissue dissolve, where you don't have as much dryness and irritation, and you can actually plump up the tissue a little bit more. It helps with the muscle support there, along with the things that we would teach them. Now, if you have already tried that or you can't go on hormones, then you definitely want to make sure in your diet you're adding in a lot of protein and collagen. Protein is the important part of muscle building, and this has to do with every type of muscle group in your body. So adding in collagen supplements or collagen powder, making sure that you're counting your protein through the day, and paying attention to that can really make a big difference. So not only muscle helps support your joints and the rest of your body as you're aging and your bones, it also will help with the function of your pelvic floor too. Your body wants to heal, so it helps with that tissue repair. So paying attention to what you're eating, and then also talking to your doctor about the hormones, that can be the number 1 thing to help with your pelvic floor function as well. So number 2, Kegels might be making your symptoms worse. Your pelvic floor muscles at the bottom part, if you think of those vaginal muscles, and we're tensing and tightening them all the time. Well, in other areas of your body, if you had a tight and tense muscle group, that is not going to be as effective when you go to use it. So tense and tight tissue is not going to be able to retract in order to get enough strength to be used. And if you think of your pelvic floor kind of like a trampoline, so it has to be used as much as necessary for support, but then as little as possible, and it has to be able to expand and contract together. So if we're holding in that shortened position, you're pulling in your belly all the time, you're tightening your glutes, and you're pulling in your pelvic floor all the time. Well, time and time again, I see that this is actually making your symptoms worse. So we want to restore those muscles and restore that tissue to its normal state. This may happen too if you spend a lot of time sitting over the years. Your pelvic floor muscles may have created more of that shortening and tensing, and so we need to work on lengthening exercises. Go back to some of my other videos all about diaphragmatic breathing and how to do effective breathing, because this can be a great strategy to release the pelvic floor, let those muscles go so they can actually be able to support your pelvic organs even better. So overdoing Kegels is not the answer for 9 times out of 10. Some women do have true strength problems there, but seeing a pelvic floor therapist can do wonders for that. So if you're doing Kegels over a period of 6 weeks, it's not getting better, you're still having bladder incontinence, you're still getting a lot of pelvic pressure, or you just don't feel right down there, well, most likely those Kegels are not doing you a service. So instead, back off of those, work on some hip stretches, work on like happy baby pose in yoga, go back to a cat-cow stretch or something that is going to be moving your spine, moving your pelvis, and allowing the breathing exercises to help open up your pelvis and stretch there too. So the main point there is you're squeezing an area that's already tight and tense, so we want to heal it. So you may have to find ways to let it go and relax it. Okay, number 3, your pelvic floor can't heal in just isolation. So this kind of piggybacks to the last thing I was talking about. If we're just working the pelvic floor only and working those muscles only, that is not going to be a solution for you. It's not getting better. So I love to use a more of a therapeutic Pilates type of method when I'm giving exercises. We're working on how that whole system works together. So you do want to strengthen your deep abdominal muscles, your back muscles that protect your spine, and move your diaphragm all together. So this may look like inhaling, you let those muscles release and let go, you breathe into your belly, and then as you're exhaling, you're drawing those muscles in and supporting that area. So follow along to some of my basic Pilates exercises. I have a 5-minute pelvic floor and core reset program that is free. I'll put the link below for that. And you can follow along with those couple exercises that I have in a PDF that's easy to follow, and that will get you started to the right mindset of how to use those muscles more efficiently, because it isn't just about your pelvic floor, it's how those muscles have to be used all together to support your pelvic organs. So the bottom line is you may be trying to do all the right things, but your pelvic floor is still not cooperating with you. I see this time and time again. Maybe you've seen a pelvic floor therapist and you're like, well, that kind of worked, but it didn't fully get better. You may not have had the right strategy. So follow these along. If something just screamed out to you, this might be the case, I might be working on the wrong thing, then download my free PDF below and see if you're doing that. And think about it in a different way. There's different approaches, and your body may need just more relaxation at this point too. So hope this spoke to you and you found something valuable out of it. Keep watching the next video all about how to release the pelvic floor, and you might be holding a lot of tension and anxiety there, how to actually solve that. Thanks for watching.